So today is day 37. I don't know if you guys can notice, but today, in terms of my recording, I'm using AirPods. Now, in the past, I've tried to use AirPods, I've tried to use my Tesla speaker. The voice quality is garbage. Even when I call my friends with the AirPods 2 Pros, they're pretty bad. But what I did was I just now bought the AirPod 3 Pros, and the sound quality is pretty decent, as you guys can probably hear. Now, I haven't had the chance to test this in really crowded environments. I opened this today, I went over to my lab, and I started studying, and that was pretty much my whole day. But that all being said, I really want to elaborate more on some details, especially on what I said yesterday with my whole reset in terms of scheduling. Now, one thing I'm planning to bring in is doing MCAT practice tests every single Sunday. Now, I think last week or the week before that, I did FL2. This week, I'm going to be doing FL3, which means tomorrow I'm going to do FL3. On FL2, I think I got 520. On FL number 5, I got 523. I want to see where I'm hitting, and my test is probably going to be March 7th, so I want to keep going with this trend. I'm also been really focusing on my research lately. I think that my Vanderbilt research isn't that related to neuroscience, and I have decided that I really want to focus on neuroscience research. So as a result, I'm thinking of wrapping up my Vanderbilt lab. I tried to do a little bit of analysis, seeing where I am, and it seems like to get a paper, it's going to be a far off thing. So unless I really rush the deadlines, I really need to lock in and get everything done. So my plan for the Vanderbilt lab is this. I need to get all of the data by the end of this month. I want to have every single data, all the proteins analyzed by March end, and I want to make sure that the data is reproducible and understandable. Once that's done, I want to do my data analysis. I predict it'll take 1 to 2 months to achieve this. And once all of that is done, only then I want to start aiming for the publication, which will take another month. And so I'm aiming to basically wrap up this lab by next August. And by then I would have probably been almost done with the Harvard lab, and I would be pretty much in a really good place for med schools. That all being said, with this plan in mind, I am a little bit more on taking a gap year for med school because I feel like my application in terms of research will go tremendously higher. My projects, which I've been working on the side in terms of the RAG website, all of that will be higher. So I've been really heavily leaning towards taking a gap year, but I've not made a firm decision on that yet. I need to do a little bit more research on the benefits of a first-time applicant versus like a second-time applicant. That all being said, I also really need to start focusing on my classes a little bit more. PChem has been really neglected. I think I'm about 1.5 weeks behind. I really need to start focusing on PChem, and that's going to be my goal moving forward. I'm also going to pace out neuroscience better, go back to attending the classes daily, and basically reach a much better space in terms of that. Anyways, today is day 37, but I hope you all are doing your goals and doing well. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.